right, hello folks. First off, I want to apologize if there's any camera issues. I literally just started like not even an hour ago started using the new Sony DSLR that I picked up. I'm actually in the process of recording a video on it right now, so I apologize if it's not properly dialed in. I did notice there was a slight sync between the capture and the sound, so I was kind of messing around with that before going live. But as far as having like everything dialed in, it's not. But hey, you know what? For plug and play, it's pretty darn good. So at any rate, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the topic for today, and that is Twitch in trouble or is Twitch dying? So I've seen a lot of this. It really was last month that was a big, as far as bigger names, a lot of streamers coming out. Of course, you know there's another slight exodus happening when it comes to Twitch. So the question is if you're live streaming on Twitch or thinking about live streaming on Twitch, should you reconsider? Is Twitch in trouble or is Twitch dying? So we're gonna kind of go over a few things. I'm not gonna dive too, because when I started a rabbit trail on this topic, I went really into the weeds. So we can kind of take away a few things here, and I'll kind of briefly touch on it. If you disagree with me or agree with me, make sure if you're watching this live stream as the replay or rebroadcast, if you're watching at a later time, drop it in the comments. Just, you know, don't be hateful. Don't use swear words or try to keep it to a minimum. I mean, I'll let a few slip here and there, but if you're just belligerent about it, I'm just going to go ahead and block you. I mean, I hate to do it. I'm old and grumpy, and that's just the way I feel. But I am interested in a dialogue with you viewers, and those of you who are streaming on Twitch or thinking about streaming on Twitch, let me know your opinion on this, because it might vary from mine, and you might have good, valid points. So let's go ahead and jump into my first bullet point. My first topic will be the top 1% partners. Okay, so when I'm talking about Twitch, is Twitch in trouble or is Twitch dying? So we need to think of Twitch as a holistic environment, okay? So the infrastructure behind it costs money to run, all right? So how does Twitch make money? Well, technically, Twitch is really only making money off of their top one, and this is being generous, top 1% of their big streamers. So we're talking like the big tier list or whatever. So I would say probably out of the millions and millions, we'll go ahead and include, we'll say anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 of the top streamers on Twitch actually make Twitch money, because that's the biggest thing I hear is Twitch isn't making money. Well, yes and no. So think about it this way. When big streamers are on, Twitch is making that cash. They're making that moolah. And yes, we could bring up, and that's a whole other topic about the possibly the reduction and the partner split and this and that. And I think it's kind of, I really do think it's an insult. It's a slap in the face when it comes to that. But you also have to take in consideration a lot of these big top 1%ers that are on Twitch a lot of times are negotiating these contracts. And some of them are leaving because of the fact that when they renegotiate, they're not getting exactly what they want. And the biggest thing I've heard is not necessarily the pay, it's the time that Twitch expects them to stream. So for instance, the longer they're on there, the longer they're streaming, the more money they're making for Twitch. Because fellows like me or gals, you know, that are similar to my Twitch channel size, just we're kind of draining the system, really, if you think about it. And we're even talking mid-tier streamers on Twitch or whatever. So the thing is unless these big top dogs are streaming and going live and staying live, that's how they're making that big ad revenue. And they're also making that money generated off of the viewers who are subscribing and donating bits. And really, to be honest with you, the donating bits, really, Twitch doesn't get that big of a cut. And then I think it's only in tier 3 that the partners start getting, or tier 2 and tier 3 is when they start getting a better cut when it comes to the subscribers and whatnot. So really, if it's just tier 1, But then again, they're already in the tier 3. I mean, because they're massive streamers and whatnot. So I mean, think about it this way: like, what was it, Ludwig? He left, and that was his main comment, or at least the one thing I took away from his comment earlier. Actually, it was at the end of last year or earlier this year. I can't remember. But his thing was Twitch expected him to stream longer, and he felt by going to YouTube he had basically that freedom. If he just so chose to only stream 1 week for, say, 10 hours total, and then the next week, put in a full 30 to 40 hours, he has that right to do it. Where when you're tied into that contract with Twitch or whatever, they expect you to be live. This is a few years back, I think, almost 4 or 5 years. The H3H3 podcast was actually on Twitch, and that was another reason why they were like, hey, they want us to keep going. We do our content and we bounce. It's kind of like my live streams here on YouTube. I do what I need to do and I get off. It's up to the viewers to catch me live streaming, same time, same place. By the way, I did change it, and then we're going to see how this Monday at 4 p.m. works instead of the Friday at 4:15 p.m. or 4 p.m. Because of the fact that I feel that even me at the end of the week, I'm just washed. I figure, you know what, Monday's a little bit better. Everyone's coming home from work or whatever. They can relax a little bit more. It's the first day, unless they tied one over on the weekend. So just so that I'm not trailing off here, that the top 1% of the partners are making Twitch money, which actually brings me, let's go ahead and let's do a screen share here. And so we're just looking at now, mind you, this is estimated. Twitch made an estimate of 2.6 billion in revenue. Now, mind you, this is revenue. This isn't after them spending all the money and whatnot, mostly from advertising in 2021. Now, this was like a big percentage increase. And this year, actually, Amazon, because you got to remember, Amazon owns Twitch. Amazon felt that pinch. They, I think, only performed 8%. Which was below projection or something like that. Don't quote me. I might be wrong on that. But they did take a hit this year because you have to remember, Amazon doesn't have to post what Twitch makes. So really the only thing we can do is we can rely on people who are known to give good estimates, on to the basis of the numbers and whatnot, and insiders. So, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So let's go ahead and let's bounce back through here. So yeah, so that is, that's another point that I like to bring up. And that is an estimated 2.6 billion. Now, these aren't YouTube numbers, but that's not bad. That is not bad at all, considering when Amazon initially bought them, I think, what was it? They were only making about 280 to 300 million. At least that's what the estimated revenue was. So now they're up to 2.6 billion. That's a 41% increase versus 2020. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people can argue and say, well, that was due to COVID, or the pandemic. So, and it could be because we have seen a reduction in numbers, which that could also be due to some of these bigger streamers leaving for greener pastures. They've done it before, and they will continue to do it until Twitch starts taking care of the gravy train. Basically, these big streamers are their gravy train. But I understand Twitch, though, too. At the same time, Twitch needs to get their money's worth, and they can't have some of these big streamers be wishy-washy when it comes. It's almost like, they don't want to punch a time clock, but at the end of the day, it's still a business. Twitch is making money off of them, and they're making money off of Twitch. So it's this cohesive, and it's just they need to come to agreement on that and stuff. And here's the thing, with them talking about cutting these takes, that they're going to take a little bit more from these top end streamers on there. Everyone is wondering, well, is Twitch losing that much money that Amazon is scrambling to, hey, we got to make a lot more money? That leads something to be seen. So let's go ahead and go back over here to the screen share again. And that brings me up to Sam Chen. Sam Chen is an insider. We were talking about insiders here. And I love this tweet. This was actually a while back, obviously January 7th, 2022. So beginning of the year. And he basically states, here are the real economics of the sub-split market no one wants to talk about, or maybe they don't understand. Number one, big streamers are a loss leader. Every time someone who averaged 5,000, probably lower, goes live, Twitch loses money. That's right, because the fact that that infrastructure that they're paying for us smaller streamers. So imagine that average 5,000 or less. That is, like I said, that's pretty much 99% of Twitch streamers. So think about all those channels. So think about when we started and we were streaming to 0 people. We were just sucking up that juice from Twitch. But here's the thing, we could be the next Ludwig, we could be the next Ninja or somebody like that. So that's the thing, Twitch is going to take that gamble, and they're going to have streamers. And then here's the thing, I mean, you see this focus shift, and I see it at my work where all these younger guys, you know, that's the thing they talk about is streaming Twitch or YouTube, making YouTube videos. You know, they think it's this quick, rich scheme, not knowing that really there's a lot more to it. Now, keep what's going on here. Mid-tier streamers make up for this loss. Mid-level in this case is probably between 100 to 500. Who knows with the pandemic numbers. You're a size where your subs likely outnumber your viewers by a large margin. Twitch cannot be profitable without maximizing revenue from this group. 3, small streamers probably make back what they cost Twitch. Maybe Twitch makes money from the ad side. I disagree on that. Smaller streamers, there's not enough. Here's the thing. Hey, what's up there, Dale? When it comes down to Twitch or whatever, like I said, it's that top 1% that is making them the money. The mid-size streamers, yes, they might make a few bucks. Like he said, that's if your subscribers outnumber your average viewers and whatnot. But this whole making ads off of smaller streamers, I don't see it, because if you're a smaller streamer, you don't have those numbers really to back it up. Think about YouTube, for instance. Any video over 10 minutes long, you got a pre-roll, a mid-roll, and a post-roll ad. That's one video. So if you have 1,000 views on that one, you have 1,000 eyeballs, most likely we'll drop it down. We'll say 50,000, because we'll say maybe over half make it through to the end of the video, or at least part way to where they can get that pre-roll and mid-roll. It's the same thing on Twitch. And you have to remember, Twitch isn't posting ads on there on your stream every 10 minutes. No, it's not every 10 minutes. So actually they are making less. That's why YouTube crushes it when it comes to ad revenue. And yes, we could argue, yeah, we did take a pay cut, us creators on YouTube here this past year or whatnot, but it's going to recover. It comes back. It weans and wanes. Bonus, see why Twitch wants bigger streamers to run more ads without better share of ad money, so they could possibly get them to pay their share. That's right. Yes, inside the lab, I actually believe it's 8 minutes. Okay, yeah, there you go. I was just saying like 10 minutes roughly, but yeah. So think about it this way though. Yeah, that's a good point. So even at 8 minutes is pre-roll, post-roll, or mid-roll, then post-roll. So you have to think, if you're streaming on Twitch for 8 minutes, you probably only have one ad, and that is the ad that goes off when your people are visiting your actual channel page and when you're live. That is it. That is it as a small or mid-sized streamer. So they're losing money. Now remember, Sam Chen, he's an insider. This guy used to work in Twitch, work for Twitch. So this guy's not talking out his butthole. He's not talking sideways. He's not over there picking and flicking and licking boogers. You know, this guy, you know, he sees the logic behind it. So let's come back over here to the spotlight. So yes, so when we look at that number, we say, okay, and in 2021, estimated 2.6 billion mostly in ad revenue for Twitch, but you have to think about that infrastructure, not even that, the employees they have to pay. Everyone, that's the one thing that Dale and I constantly see on the comments and questions or whatever. It's about that Twitch affiliate you have to, when you send that email out, when you're having a problem or an issue, there is somebody who is paid to respond to that. Yes, the response might be slow or it might not be the answer you want, but they have to pay for that. But really, it's that infrastructure. It is that infrastructure that is costing them a ton of money. Okay, let's keep moving on here. I kind of rabbit hole. All right, the Twitch exodus. Okay, this is, once again, this kind of goes back up to my first topic here, the top 1% partners. Every time Twitch loses one of those top 1%ers, they're losing big bucks. big bucks. I don't care what the previous contract it cost them or whatever. If they go to YouTube or if they go to Facebook or some other platform, they are losing big time. Because once again, like I said, that top 1% is what is sustaining, what is paying for that infrastructure, what is paying for those employees on Twitch. All the mid-level streamers and low-level streamers, small level, I shouldn't say low-level, small-level streamers, they're losing Twitch money. It costs Twitch money to have you stream as a small streamer or mid-sized streamer. So the thing is every time there's a Twitch exodus, and that's why everyone really, it got tight butthole when Twitch started talking about taking a bigger share from those top streamers. Now, mind you, once again, like I said, that's from each streamer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were talking about like these partners that don't necessarily they have that general contract that you sign, kind of like when we fill out for affiliates that says yada, 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 this is what you get. Maybe that's what they were talking about, but I think some of the big names didn't realize that. And like I said, like Ludwig said, it was that freedom too. I mean, that's the reason why he went to YouTube. He knew he's going to take Harris Heller, another one. He knew. Now, mind you, he isn't, I don't consider him part of that 1% on Twitch. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he is part of that or was part of that 1%. But he made that switch to YouTube, which actually kind of brings up this topic is Twitch dying? Is that why these people are leaving? Are these people just leaving for the freedom? They're taking that pay cut to go somewhere where they can dictate how long they stream for, when they stream, how many ads they run, so on and so forth. All right, so Douglas, most of my friends I met on Twitch back in 2017 don't even stream anymore. Anyone has mostly moved. Yep. Actually, believe it or not, it's funny because you say that. Like, I was streaming on Twitch. It was before Amazon purchased them. So it was just after it went from Justin TV to Twitch. So let's just say this. When I first started streaming on Twitch, we were using OBS Classic, not OBS Studio, OBS Classic. So, and I had a Logitech ball cam. Not that there was better cams out there then, but I was just that poor to where, duct tape to a coffee can. So that's the thing. It's like, that actually, you know what, Douglas? I'm glad you bring that up. Let's go ahead and jump on to the third thing, because the Exodus, we could beat a dead horse with that one. We just know every time one of those the top 1% partners leaves to another platform, Twitch is losing big money. Big money. All right. Twitch culture. That's why, Douglas, I'm glad you brought that up. Talking about how you used to stream and your friends used to stream on Twitch, but you guys don't anymore. And really, like I said, I find myself, like, out of the, I would say 20 to 30 streamers that I knew back when I first started streaming on Twitch, 2, 3 maybe remain. And then some of them are kind of like me, where they're just random. They just kind of punch in when they want to, because maybe they've done other projects or they've moved on, realizing, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that when you break down the numbers, and I should pull up the link and put it in the description or whatever, but it actually stated that the majority of streamers, so below that 1%, below that, say 5,000, 10,000 top streamers on Twitch, the majority of them are making minimum wage or less when you consider the hours that they're putting in streaming. So yeah, it was always cool that I came home from my job and I got on and streamed for, say, 4 or 5 hours or whatnot, because I was going to play video games anyway. So why not stream on Twitch? It was just a way for me to, and then it was fun playing with other streamers. We had a blast, this and that. But at the end of the day, really, I just saved that money up to make upgrades. It was just constantly upgrading my stream rig or whatever, buying more lights, more cameras, whatever, new keyboards, new microphones, graphics cards, so on and so forth. So I wasn't doing it necessarily to try to make a living. So I probably would have been better off when I left my main job. At the end of the day, I probably should have just worked part-time at McDonald's for 4 hours and probably would have made more and probably would have had better upgrades. So, I'm glad you bring that up, Douglas. But yes, that is definitely true on that one. But Twitch culture. So here's the thing. Just because, say, Douglas and I don't communicate with a lot of these people that we used to communicate with on Twitch, does that mean that the culture is dying? So as a business aspect, one could argue Twitch is possibly dying. But do you know how many years it took Amazon to make money, to actually make money after paying all the bills and all their employees and stuff like that? I do believe, off the top of my head, if I remember the reading correctly, it was 14 years. 14 years is what it took Amazon to make money. So here's the thing. Amazon owns Twitch. They knew they were going to lose money. So the thing is how long are they willing to lose money? So the thing is are they going to wait another 14 years like Amazon? You know what I'm saying? Like when Jeff Bezos basically was running Amazon before he actually started turning a true profit. So that goes back. It was tied in with the Twitch culture. The Twitch culture is alive, well, and kicking. So just because you or Douglas or myself or whatever, we're not on there as much as what we used to. The thing is actually there's a lot more people. The statistics show it. There's a lot more streamers. There's a lot more viewers than there was when I first started doing it. So the thing is that's not dying. Yeah, when you lose a big streamer to YouTube or a big streamer to Facebook, which, you know what? Good luck to the ones that went over on Facebook. I mean, if you guys seen my Facebook videos and stuff, you know that there's not much love lost when it comes to me talking about Facebook. I mean, I do my best to help you all out when it comes to live streaming on Facebook, but, you know, I would definitely recommend if you do plan on leaving Twitch or whatever. Yes, YouTube would probably be the second best option. The only reason being is because there's an actual culture over on YouTube as well. And then it's a one-stop shop. YouTube just needs to make that pivot to where it's not necessarily a 50-50, you know, where they back up the live streamers 50% and then the actual content creators that are recording content and posting it on YouTube. But they need to do something more for live streamers. Because here's the thing, unless you actually go and see somebody's content that's pre-recorded or after the fact that it was live streamed, you're really not going to discover them. So you're still relying on that algorithm. You're still relying on your previous search history and whatnot for them to feed you out to people, you know, like myself or, you know, whatever content that you desire, whether it be gaming, ASMR, whatever, live streaming tickles your fancy or whatever. And here's the Twitch allowing the hot tub live streams. I know a lot of us parents, a lot of us older generation, we kind of snub our nose up to it, but you know what? It's ingenious. It's ingenious because the fact that it is a legal way to kind of get away with, you know, bringing those preteens and teenage boys into it, you know. Everyone always brings up the fact that, oh, they could go, you know, on Chatterbait or well, these other, you know, there's so much stuff at their fingertips on the internet. But my thing is I think I would rather have my teenage son watching a girl ride a blow up banana in a hot tub versus then surfing some of the adult content material online these days, because some of it actually even shocks me. And this is coming from a guy who was in the Navy and pretty much seen it all. Yes, that's right. I did the whole Tijuana experience as well. So, those crucial PC upgrades inside the lab. Yeah, you guys are gonna notice I'm gonna comment to you guys more on the fly than previous videos. We're gonna kind of go a little bit more loose butthole. Here's the thing, Dale. You guys are gonna probably notice that Dale isn't gonna be doing live streams with me no more. He is pretty much handed over the reins to me when it came to live streaming tech. He basically was like, well, you know, you were the one throwing the knowledge, although he did throw a lot of knowledge that I, you know, didn't know about. You know, we grew together, but he has, I think, like 4 or 5 other YouTube channels, podcasts, this and that. He has a lot of work to do, and that was always our agreement that if it disrupted one of our main incomes, that we would kind of quit it. So here's the thing, as long as I can keep doing this, which I plan on keep doing it because I love live streaming, love talking about live streaming, love talking about the culture. And that, once again, back to Twitch culture, you all have to admit, those of you who are a part of Twitch or were a part of Twitch, you have to admit the culture is totally 100% different than it is on YouTube, different than it is on Facebook. The lingo is different, the terms used, the emotes used. It's almost like, even though you don't consider like those 5,000 other viewers that are watching that streamer with you part of your family, yet they are, because they speak the same lingo. They understand the same thing. They laugh and they cry and they get mad at the same stuff that we do. And there's something about live streaming to me that is more organic than sitting down and recording videos. And hey, mind you, I do both. So I can argue for both sides. But as far as me, I prefer that because the fact that I can feel that I can find somebody's true sense or true personality through a live stream, because the mistakes, the flaws, the innuendo, the slip ups, everything is there. You are raw. You are out there performing on the spot for your viewers. And there's something about that versus, say, watching a YouTube video that has been edited, cut down, zoomed in, snipped, cut. You know, you've taken out all the flubs and the flip-flops and this and that. You could possibly do like I do, where some of the videos I record 5 or 6 times until I feel that it's right before sending it off to get it edited. But yeah, I mean, they both have art forms, and Twitch, that culture, that live streaming culture over there. And this is the thing. This is coming truly from the bottom of the heart. And it's not because I'm one of the OGs off of Twitch and whatnot. I was never a huge streamer, never had the numbers to back me, but I was a viewer and still am a viewer of Twitch more than I was a Twitch streamer. And this is something that I recommend. Those of you who are thinking about streaming on Twitch or just started streaming on Twitch, I would always say put at least 25% more of your time into watching Twitch streams, to viewing it, to find content that you like, or even content that you don't like. It's not always about finding out what they're doing right, but also finding out what people are doing wrong in their live streams. And you take that back to your stream and then tie it in with your personality, tie it in with your content, have fun with it. Because if it's not fun, then you, like I said, you might as well go work at McDonald's like I should have been doing after I got off of work instead of streaming 5-6 hours on Twitch. But here's the thing. I loved it. I got to play video games. I got to hang out with people just like I'm hanging out with y'all now. Hopefully these live streams get a little bit bigger and you guys can bring your opinions. So the bottom line is this. Do we think, and remember this, if you're watching this on the replay, don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Drop into the comments. Like I said, just don't be too vulgar about it. But do you think Twitch is in trouble? Do you think Twitch is dying? Should everyone start leaving Twitch and go to YouTube or Facebook or some other platform to live stream? Or do you think that Amazon knows what they're doing? Remember, 14 years. Took 14 years. And I'm almost positive. Somebody could fact check me on this and drop it in the comments. But I'm almost positive it took 14 years for Amazon.com to be profitable. Not earnings. We're not looking at earnings because, once again, we could talk about that estimated $2.6 billion that Twitch earned in 2021. So here's the thing. That's not including what it cost to run Twitch. Same thing with Amazon. For 14 years, it costs money. It costs money to pay to have all those warehouses built, the electricity on, to pay all those workers, all that stuff. So the thing is obviously they kind of know what they're doing. And I don't want to sound like an Amazon fanboy, and I don't want to sound like a Twitch fanboy, but I do have a good feeling that Twitch isn't dying. Twitch isn't going with it. It might have growing pains, but it's not dying. So leave your comments below. Thank you guys for dropping in. Thank you those who commented during the live stream. I hope I see you guys around. By the way, I will start to do some podcast material in there. Hopefully I can get some people like Terrence from Inside the Lab, and we could jibber jab. We could talk shop about streaming gear and whatnot and PCs and all that good stuff. I'm going to have to decide what day to set that up on as well. And if you want to check out more content here on Twitch or any other topic that's on the video right there, click it. Until then, I'll see you guys around.